Navigating the stormy seas of second marriages when exes become uninvited guests. Imagine embarking on a second marriage, hopeful for a fresh start and a harmonious future, but then the past comes knocking in the form of a difficult ex-partner, whether they're grappling with a personality disorder, prone to dramatic outbursts, or simply unwilling to let go. Their presence can cast a long shadow over your newfound happiness. Unfortunately, this scenario isn't uncommon. Studies show that second marriages have a higher divorce rate than first marriages, often due to the added complexities of blended families and lingering issues from previous relationships. When an ex-partner exhibits challenging behaviors, it can strain the new marriage, leading to resentment, anxiety, and communication breakdowns. No matter how much you love each other, if you're not prepared to handle this, or you haven't worked out some issues that you maybe had in your first marriage, you can be at a higher rate of divorce potential because you just haven't done the necessary work to start this new relationship with a good foundation. I recall one couple, we'll call them Sarah and David, who sought therapy due to the constraint turmoil caused by David's ex-wife. The ex had unpredictable mood swings, very manipulative tactics, and made relentless attempts to undermine their relationship. And all of this left Sarah feeling insecure and beaten down. David frequently felt torn between his past and trying to subdue his ex-partner from creating more drama, and his present love for Sarah and his hope to build a strong bond with her and create a future with her. Through couples therapy with me, Sarah and David learned to set firm boundaries with the ex-wife, even though it often resulted in kind of an uptick and an increase in her protest, sort of temper tantrum behaviors. And they also learned how to communicate openly about these challenges, even though it would bring up a lot of emotion for both of them. And they had to repair damage sometimes when they would hurt each other's feelings. They often struggled at first to develop strategies to protect their marriage. They had great ideas, but oftentimes they would lack follow through or consistency, or they weren't on the same page about what to do. And they also didn't know how to pivot and collaborate when inevitably the ex-partner would start to interfere. So through both individual therapy and couples therapy, they helped David in particular, who had the ex-partner and the current partner, to navigate those complex emotions that he had tied to his past relationship, especially things like grief. Like, he was sad that the relationship had gotten to such a bad point, and very angry at his ex-partner and angry at himself, and sometimes just wished the ex-partner would just disappear or that she hadn't existed in the first place. He had to first kind of realize all the different feelings and to grieve the past relationship, and also just in a practical way to realize what would be effective, even if it wasn't necessarily what he felt like doing or what was natural. He had to learn what was effective in dealing with the ex-partner, and also what was effective in supporting his current partner, Sarah, even if he didn't want to, quote, make a big deal. Like a lot of people want to just kind of keep moving forward and don't want to have to deal with the current emotions that are arising in themselves and their partner. David really had to learn how to slow down and validate his own feelings and also validate his partner's feelings. And so that was difficult. That was something he had never learned. He felt eventually, though, empowered and more confident in his newfound emotional skills and boundary setting skills and communication skills, especially with his current partner. He also realized some ways that he had failed in his first marriage. Even though originally he was just kind of angry at his ex-partner and blaming, he realized that he had contributed heavily to that relationship's demise, and he was able to kind of take some responsibility for his own growth and evolution in order to be a much better partner in his current relationship with Sarah. And all of this work allowed him to really prioritize his current marriage, set boundaries with the ex so that didn't cause more damage, and they were really able to thrive and to be set up to make this second marriage work. So back to you. If you're in a second marriage or considering a second marriage, or even just, partnership or commitment a second time around, and you're grappling maybe with a difficult ex, here are some key strategies to consider. Number one, learning how to establish clear boundaries. I see this all the time. Limiting contact with the ex, especially to just essential matters like co-parenting arrangements. Easier said than done, but learning how to have those clear boundaries will be really essential so that there's not any grayness with them coming and going as they please, or constantly having access to you and your phone and being able to call you or text you anytime. That has to change if you've got a new relationship. So you need to learn how to avoid engaging in unnecessary conversations or arguments, especially with the ex. Number 2, communicate openly with your new partner. Share your concerns, your fears, your frustrations honestly. And you'll need to learn how to foster an environment where you can support each other, and especially in the current present moment as a united front. Even though ultimately you will have to be the enforcer of boundaries, it's really not something you can leave to your partner to do, because this ex-partner is your ex and not theirs. It really is more your responsibility to handle the boundary setting. Number 3, you probably will need to seek some professional help. If you've got a really difficult ex, and as much as you wanted it to be civil and copacetic and for idyllic conscious uncoupling, likely if you're reading this, it wasn't and it isn't, and you've got some drama currently and you don't know how to handle it. So if that is the case, seeking out a therapist for your own individual work or work as a couple can really help you develop those coping mechanisms, grieve the past relationship, learn from it. Also, you may need help from a really great attorney or mediator navigating any legal issues, but definitely therapy can help strengthen your bond with your new partner and help you from making the same mistakes from the first marriage. Lastly, prioritizing self-care. I know that this is said a lot in the mental health space, make time for yourself and your own wellness, but it's true. You really have to engage in activities that promote your own emotional and mental well-being. It is not just an investment in yourself and not just a vitamin to make you feel better, but also will help protect you. It can be a very protective buffer to equip you when inevitably those stressful situations with the ex come up, or even if you're just alone and you're struggling, it'll help you get good rest, good nutrition, movement, social bonds, community. There's all kinds of therapeutic activities, not just therapy, but things that you can do to pour into yourself and nurture yourself so that you can handle the X factor with greater resilience. And finally, remember, you're not alone in this. Many couples have gone through divorce and breakup and have had a difficult time with an ex-partner, but they have learned to successfully navigate those challenges, especially once they move into a second marriage or committed relationship when they still have a difficult ex. With the right support and strategies, you can protect your relationship and build a fulfilling future together. And if you're struggling to manage the impact of a difficult ex on your relationship, you can definitely seek out help with us. At Couples Counseling ATL, we offer both individual as well as couples therapy. You can work on all of those complexities and build a stronger, healthier partnership with your second marriage. And you can visit counselingatl.com to book your first session or schedule a free 20-minute video call with a therapist. And as always, we're here to support you every step of the way. Thanks. Be well.